So I would like to share with you guys a story. Many years ago, I have worked a lot of jobs in my life. We cannot even count. I cannot even remember some of them, but I can know that I've worked a lot of jobs. And I couldn't hold those jobs. Okay, I couldn't hold those jobs. I could work in a place. You start with a very nice energy. Maybe you like the place in the beginning. Everybody likes you. Everybody's happy with you. You're being welcomed and everything. And then you see like a couple of months, one, two, three, maybe four. You start getting fed up of that job. And I could feel like I no longer fit into that place. I no longer fit in that job. I just couldn't understand what was going on at the time. Sometimes it would happen that um, I could eventually just walk away from the job, or sometimes it could happen that I would be sucked out of that job. Okay, I've done a video where I usually get like uh, discontinued from work for some mysterious reason that I even knew nothing about. Now, a lot of empaths, highly sensitive people, um, you are going to find it very difficult holding a regular job. So I'm talking about that job, like the kind of job that everybody does, whereby you are in a corporation, maybe you are 10 people there, 20 people, maybe 30, maybe even 50, it could even be 100. I've worked in companies where they had even 200 workers at the same time. Now, if you're a person who is a very highly sensitive people, okay, the chosen ones and empaths, that is going to be a very big challenge for the most part of your life until you will eventually discover your mission and your purpose. That is when you'll be able to break out of this system, because you see, it doesn't matter how good you are. And most of the times when you're working in those kind of places, you are usually going to give it your all, okay? There may be people who want you around because you want to do the extra work. You want to put in the extra hours. You even sometimes want to do other people's assignments, okay? Because you are this empath still, you are this person who is working with your whole heart. But there will usually be a lot of toxic people in those places. For some mysterious reason, I don't know why, I could now later on realize that most of the jobs that I've been doing over the years, I have been meeting a lot of narcissistic people in those jobs. If you are an empath, a highly sensitive person, I can promise you, if you're in a job which has like you have to deal with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, even more people, there is going to be a very big number of narcissistic people in that job. It is something you cannot avoid. It is something you don't have control over it. It is something you will continue to see. So most of the times when you are working in those places, it is going to be a situation whereby you are usually going to be like scapegoated. Okay, as long as you step into those environments and they welcome you, of course, you guys know how this thing works. They will love bomb you into the job, and everybody will be happy with you and everything. You're going to see, like for example, in about 3, 4, maybe 5 months, you're going to see those individuals. Their attitude is going to change. Okay, towards you is going to change, and you really may be figuring out what have you done, or did you do something wrong? Or have you said something to the bosses or whatever? Nothing you have done. But simply, you're going to see those individuals starting to twist the way they feel about you, change the way they feel about you. They may start even sometimes verbally attacking you, or they may sometimes secretly start attacking you. They may start saying things behind your back. They may plot some plans against you. You're going to recognize that for some mysterious reason, those individuals don't want you in that workplace. Now, most of the times I've had some sessions and people have asked me, okay, what do I do with the job and what do I do with the job? Guys, I get it because I've been there. I've been there personally. Most of the times, yes, there's things you can do to protect yourself. You can always, just stay away, or sometimes you don't have to talk to anyone. But sometimes you have a situation where you simply have to keep on showing up in the same place where you have got around, you've got about like two, three, four, maybe even five narcissists in that same place, and you have got to sit around them, you have got to discuss with them, you have got to talk with them. In that kind of incident, ladies and gentlemen, there is no solution. Most of the cases, and I can say again, it doesn't even really matter because you may say, okay, you don't like to do this work. You want to go and change something. You may go and ask for a new job. The new job, I can promise you, the same thing is going to happen. You may get tired of that one, or you may get fired. You may get fired from that job. You will go to the next one. That is going to be a repeated pattern. I've told you guys, I cannot count how many jobs I've done over the years. There have been a lot of jobs, and it has continued to be the same situation, the same scenario everywhere that I went. So you see, sometimes one thing you have to understand about this situation is that most of the times you are clinging on to places and situations. Yes, sometimes you may be having the money, money may be good. You may even sometimes like your job, but there is people actually who don't want you there. Okay, there is people who just want you gone because whenever you show up, you're showing up with this light, you're showing up with this empathy, you're showing up with this um, glow that sometimes it makes everybody around you that is working with you in that time very very uncomfortable. Okay, they may not like your presentations, they may not like sometimes that you're working better than them, and even sometimes you're not even competing with them. You're just putting in the work to do the best that you can, but there is always people who is not going to see how well you're doing. Okay, they are not going to want to see how well you're shining at that job. And secretly, even on a spiritual level, there may be sometimes people that you're working with, and they may even feel like you are becoming a competition for them, even if you're not really competing with those people. You might get favors. You may be lucky. Sometimes you can get favored by the managers, maybe your bosses. They might like you. They might, okay, sometimes come around and compliment you. They might even sometimes give you a bonus. You may sometimes get a bonus where you've been working with people who have never gotten a bonus since they started, and most probably you found them already working in that workplace. So this whole thing is going to become a cycle, a very toxic cycle, whereby it is a repeated cycle, and that cycle cannot stop. So most of the times I try to encourage you guys. Yes, it's okay to keep your job. It's normal because everybody, we have all worked different jobs at some point. But you need to find something within you that you can dig within you, your soul. You need to find something that means a lot to you. You need to find purpose, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to come to that point where it is inevitable for you to find your purpose. Okay, because it comes to that point whereby it is even no longer about the jobs. Okay, you're even tired of looking for these jobs. The last job that I did, I think a year or something ago, the last job that I did, the moment I was discontinued from that job, that's when I took a decision. I came back here and I sat down for 1 month and I started thinking very hard. I was like, okay, now there is somewhere else I need to go. I need to stop all this crap of looking for jobs and everything. I started stepping into my power. Okay. A lot of these jobs, ladies and gentlemen, you like the jobs, they're okay. Maybe sometimes they are very easy jobs and stuff. You may even like the money that they offer you. But ladies and gentlemen, those kind of jobs sometimes they are going to stop you from growing and evolving spiritually. Okay, because you may not. I don't know anybody who is going through this spiritual journey and they are thinking about staying at their jobs. Most of them they're already thinking about leaving that work and trying to go out there and create something new. Now, when I'm doing these videos, I don't tell you that wake up just in a single day and go and hand in the resignation letter or something like that. Yes, it may be a toxic situation, but you may start sometimes having to think outside of the box. Okay, you need to get into creation, try to create something else that is outside of that, because you see, a job is your comfort zone. So when you're talking about a job, you know when you wake up, you know when you go to work, you know when you finish, you know when it's the holidays, you know each and everybody who you're working with at that time, you know your assignments, the times that you work, and most of the times it is not exactly where you need to be. Okay, you have to understand something, ladies and gentlemen. All these jobs is like a setup. It is like something you can never get satisfaction. You will get sometimes the money, a little bit of comfortable money to move you from places to B, from A to B. But ladies and gentlemen, I can promise you, if you're a highly sensitive person, you're the empath who is working these corporations, these normal regular jobs, it is always going to be difficult. So as much as you are stuck into that job and doing what everybody else does, you always have to come back home and start thinking outside of the box. Okay, try to think about creating something different. Challenge yourself to create something you never done before. Okay, because your purpose is also evolving to do, requiring you to do, step out of your comfort zone and get into something that you have never done before. You need to challenge yourselves a little bit. Okay, maybe not a little bit more. Challenge yourself to do new things and to venture into new territory. But when I'm talking about new territory, I'm not talking about walking out and looking for another job, because I can promise you a lot of these jobs are full of narcissistic people. You're always going to meet these people everywhere. You're going to meet people who don't like you because you've got this energy around you that people hate. Everywhere that you go, people get irritated. Your bosses are sometimes cutting your hours short. Sometimes you're having people who are gossiping behind your back, trying to get you fired, giving you extra loads and giving you extra work. That is always going to be the cycle, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes it is very important to break out of the cycle. So a lot of chosen ones, you may realize that it has always been pretty much part of your life whereby you just simply couldn't understand why you could never simply do a regular job. It is always going to be very difficult until you start creating something you have never done before and going into your own creations. When I'm talking about creations, like I've said, I do not necessarily mean that you're going to do what I'm doing, okay? But you need to think within yourself. There is something you do and there is something you can offer to the world. You have got to sit down in silence and figure out what direction it is that you can go and challenge yourself to do something you have never done before. That is when you're going to be able to get your own freedom, okay? You don't have to struggle with jobs. You don't have to go around up and down applying jobs everywhere and here and there, where even sometimes they're not going to take you, or even if they take you, you will be very uncomfortable in those places, or sometimes you might even sometimes get fired for no apparent reason. A lot of chosen ones are being fired from their work. Do you know that most of the jobs, the people that are being fired the first most of the times are the people who are doing the most work? They're the people who are hated the most. They're the ones who are fired first, because your presence alone in those kind of environments, it is not a welcome presence. They will welcome you only for a couple of weeks or even sometime a month or two. But after that, ladies and gentlemen, everything is going to go waste. No matter how much they really liked you and wanted you to stay in that place, you're going to start irritating their inner demons, and they're always going to find a way to get you out of that place. And if you just keep on going on and searching for new jobs here and there because they sucked you from that one, it is going to become a cycle. Ladies and gentlemen, that cycle cannot stop. Go into creation. Understand that you'll never be wanted and you'll never be welcomed in a corporation and a job, okay? Like I said, don't just wake up one day and leave your job because of, you see things are going west or whatever. Plan, do a plan, make a game plan, come up with a game plan, and make sure that you do something that is out of the ordinary, something that is challenging that you have never done before. Find your purpose in life, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you're going to be able to break free and out of the system. So let's know what to think about the video in the comment section below. You guys do know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.